Ladies and gentlemen, today we're making all of the ores in Minecraft. This was inspired by me ranting about my love for coal ore in one of the recent videos of us playing the hardcore Nuzlocke. And today we're going to be doing an in-depth analysis of every ore in Minecraft and ranking them on this tier list. Um, so we're gonna move the netherite. We're gonna move the nether ones to the end just because they're kind of they're separate entities. But we're gonna be ranking them on a couple different things, and my criteria might change throughout the ranking, but I will try to be relatively unbiased and give you some positives and negatives of each one and why I think those positives outweigh the negatives. We're going to be ranking them on usefulness, maybe some commonness for some of them depending on it. Like diamonds, obviously not common, but super useful. Maybe you know, coal, copper, maybe super common, maybe not as useful, maybe a little more niche uses. So we're gonna be ranking on those two things, and then maybe some auxiliary things like whatever else comes to mind here as we get underway. For example, with coal, we're gonna start with coal. Um, I love coal. I said this in the video, and this is what inspired this entire video as a whole. But I love coal. I think coal is, and we have the cobbled deep slate variants. Those are about the same rank for me. Maybe they're a little bit lower because they take longer to mine, but they're about the same rank for the most part. So we'll start with coal. Coal is amazing. It's fundamentally so key for obtaining iron. It's fundamentally key for obtaining gold. It's such a great source of fuel in the early going, that it's impossible to ignore that use there. And without it, you're kind of at a disadvantage in the game. I mean, you don't have access to nearly as many things if you don't use coal. Secondly, it's pretty common, so you can find it pretty easily, which is good. But sometimes there's almost too much coal, if you will. And then lastly, we got to look at the XP gain from it. You do get a little bit of XP gain from mining coal, which is pretty huge in that early game. Get some early enchantments going maybe in those first couple days in Minecraft. So coal, I really love. The question is it good enough to be an S tier for me? I think it's comfortably A for now. I think as we move forward, we'll see kind of where other ores go. I want to put the deep slate with it as well. Deep slate, it takes a little bit longer to mine, so if we're going to organize these within the tiers as well. So if we're organized within the tier, regular coal comes first, the stone coal, and then deep slate is obviously a little bit worse because it takes longer to mine. I don't want to take forever to mine stuff. I want to be going. I want to go 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 go. So I think we'll situate coal in the A tier for now. So next we have copper. Copper sucks. I'm gonna be honest, it sucks. It's used in lightning rods and to make wax blocks, and that's kind of it. It's nice decoratively. It's super common, but it doesn't do anything for me. I don't want to see copper ore because that means I'm just gonna have another slot in my inventory that's gonna get filled up, and I don't want to have to deal with that. It gives you a little bit of XP, but again, you have to smelt it. You have to use your coal that you're earning in order to get that XP. So I'm putting copper could be the low man on the totem pole for the rest of this video because golly, it's bad. It doesn't do anything for you, you know? It just doesn't do anything. We're gonna organize these here at the bottom to make sure everybody's with their cobbled deep slate friends. Copper D tier, no more questions asked. We're moving on. Next we have redstone. Redstone's tough because redstone as a kid, you're a kid. If I'm a kid playing the game, redstone doesn't do dilly squat for me. I used to make redstone torches in my Minecraft Pocket Edition worlds. That's how useless redstone was in my opinion. Also, another buff for coal. Coal might go to the S tier by the end of this. When we reorganize, it might go to the S tier because you can make regular torches. You can literally see during the night, which is so crazy because you can't see. Otherwise, you can't see. You have to sleep. It's like when the humans invented fire. Like coal literally invented fire for Minecraft. You know what? S tier. That could be a little bold, but we're gonna rock with it for now. But redstone, if you're a kid, it's not great. But if you're like really advanced, like Mumbo Jumbo, I always go to him, the redstone guy. He For him, redstone is so important because it's in everything he does. He's building these giant machines. He's doing this. He's doing that. But at the same time, you got to think. Those redstone machines also use iron. They also use quartz. So redstone, as much as it is a component, it's not everything you needed. You can't build. I mean, you could. I'm sure you could. But a lot of the designs that are really advanced and like really good, you can't use with just redstone. like a storage system, an automatic storage system that sorts stuff for you. You need hoppers, which take iron. So I think redstone, I'm gonna put comfortably at B for now, and we'll see where it goes from there. Um, because it's very good if you know how to use it, but it has such a low skill floor that like you could get redstone and make redstone torch. You could be like 7-year-old me and make redstone torches all day and not do anything with them. And it gives you light. It gives you light. It's solid, but it's not great. It's not great. So we're setting it at B tier for now. Next we have diamonds. Diamonds Diamonds are classic. Diamonds are classic Minecraft. I mean, that's like you see the clickbait thumbnails where they get millions of diamonds. That's classic Minecraft right there. So that's oof. And you get diamond armor too, which is really good. Once you get diamonds, you unlock the diamond pickaxe, which means you can mine obsidian and build another portal. But you can also do it otherwise. You can do it the speedrunner route, but I don't know a lot of people who did that, where they like build it next to the lava pool. I don't know many people who do that. So it gives you access to the nether, it gives you access to enchantments, gives you really good armor, sets you up for kind of everything. I mean, it's just classic. It's almost going to get grandfathered in. I think it's going to go A tier for me. It's almost going to get grandfathered in because it's so iconic. I mean, you associate diamonds with Minecraft, and you see that little blue hexagon. Wait, how many? Hexagon? Yeah, 6 sides. Hexagon, and that's buttery, and that's absolutely buttery. Okay, I feel good about putting diamonds in A tier. They could move up to S, but I don't know. Coal is just so necessary. It's so crucial. Okay, we're moving forward here. Next, we have emeralds. Emeralds are tough because there's no emerald armor. They let you trade with villagers, and that's kind of it. You can make a beacon, but you can make a beacon out of I think everything except for coal and redstone. Or no, it's iron, gold, or diamond. Sorry, I'm lying to y'all. Iron, gold, diamond, or emerald. So like emeralds are good for beacons, they're good for trading with villagers, but like even then you can get emeralds from trading with villagers and they're super rare. So it's kind of like they don't really do a whole lot for you. And you can't find them that often. The coolest thing is having a deep slate emerald ore. Like having the block itself. That's the coolest part of having it because it's so rare. Which is tough because it doesn't do anything. What does it do? What does it do? It gives me trades with villagers. Yes, but I can trade 32 sticks for an emerald just the same way. So I don't know if I really rank emerald ore that highly. The question is it see it has a nice spot here in C tier, but the question is it as bad as copper? I don't think so. I don't think it's as bad as copper. I think it might be I think copper is gonna probably sit alone in that tier. I think it's gonna be at the bottom of C tier though. Because it just and this might be a hot tier list, guys. I'm well aware this might be a hot tier list. This might be very very controversial, but I think it doesn't do much for you. It doesn't do much. Okay, okay. I feel good about that in C tier. Um, Next we have gold in the overworld gold, not the gold nugget nether gold. We'll worry about that later. We have overworld gold. So gold again. You can make armor. You can make golden apples. You can't make god apples anymore though, but you can make golden apples. You can make golden carrots. You can, kind of cure villagers with it if you have a weakness potion, all that stuff. Um, and gold is solid, absolutely. It's not anything to write home about though, which is kind of tough. It's pretty rare. It's not like super duper duper common, but it's not rare enough to warrant it going up a tier because of its rareness. You know what I'm saying? Like Emerald almost went up a tier because it was so rare. Because it would have sat in, let's be honest, it would have sat in D tier otherwise for me. I'm gonna be honest. It would have sat in D tier otherwise. But gold, I think, gives you, some usage, gives you maybe a good food source. But I think again, there's better ways to get it. Namely, this guy in particular. There's better ways to get it. If I see it, I'll mine it. But it's not gonna really tip my scales too much there. So I think, oof, this is tough. See, here's the thing. Do we put it in top of C or bottom of B? That's where I'm sitting right now. It's top of C, bottom of B. Either under redstone or just above emerald, I think. I think gold is better than emerald. I'll say it. I feel like I mine more gold ores and use them more often. in a way that just makes sense. So I think, oof, this is tough. Okay, um, let's you know what? We can make adjustments. Let's put it in the top of C for now, and then we'll move on from there. Iron is probably the best ore in the game. I can't even lie. I'm gonna put it S, and then I'm gonna explain to you why it's S. Iron armor, buckets, iron golems. You can farm it from. You can make an iron golem farm, but again, that's probably not the best way to get it. The easiest way is to go underground and get iron. You can get a stack of iron, and that's you and your buddies are set with full iron armor, full iron tools. Iron tools gives you access to diamonds. It's an enabler that gives you access to gold, to redstone, to emeralds. I mean, iron is really just it's that first level of tools where you're like, man, I could like really get by on this for a while. Because you have your stone pickaxes, you have your wooden pickaxes. And don't get me wrong, back in the day, I used to use only stone pickaxes. I will not lie to you. I won't lie to you. Back in 2010, 20 no, 20 I was like 2013. I was in like third grade. Yeah, yeah, like 2013. Oh, showing my age a little bit. But but iron is just next level. Iron is quite possibly, very well, the best ore in the game, and that's I don't think it's even close. I'm putting I'm putting coal in S tier, but honestly, I think iron is in a tier of its own, and that's where we make that change. I think iron is in a tier of its own. I think it's not even close. I think iron for its consistency, its utility, its just overall just association with Minecraft. I can't say anything else. Iron S tier, absolutely, no better way to get it. And actually, I think I feel better about this coal placement because I'm thinking about it now. And you've got charcoal early game, you've got wood, you've got other options to fuel stuff. So we'll move coal down to A tier, and I think that's okay. Next, we have lapis lazuli. Now, lapis used for enchanting, which is super helpful. Used for dyes, which is decent, fairly common. Gives you pretty good XP. I don't know if it's a tip the scales for me. I don't know if it's a tip the scales for me. I think it's gonna fit. I think it's gonna fit right in between gold and emerald for me because gold gives you a little more. See, that's so tough though because do you value enchanting and XP, or do you value um, that gold usage of the food, the extra food sources, the curing of the. Actually, you know what? I think enchanting is way more worth it. I'm gonna go back on what I said. I'm moving lapis lazuli up to the bottom of B. I think lapis lazuli deserves bottom of B. I think it's a very solid ore. It does a lot of work. It gives you good XP. It gives you a good quantity of lapis lazuli too, which is something I haven't mentioned. Redstone and lapis lazuli are the only ones that give you more than one of these ores without having fortune on your pickaxe, and which is huge. And the enchantments are a huge part of the late game. Anytime you get past, you know, day 10 of Minecraft, you're probably going to be looking for enchantments. So I think Lapis Lazuli deserves that B tier. I think it's very solid. It's perfect at what it does. It's a role player. It gets the job done and it enchants your tools, and that's kind of all it does. But it does it so well. It does that so well, and it's so important for that. So I think it's going to be sit comfortably at B. Now we move on to the Nether ores. So the Nether gold. So as I mentioned earlier, gold I ranked kind of a little bit lower maybe than some people thought. This is because of this ore. This ore is so good. It only gives you gold nuggets. I acknowledge that. I acknowledge it only gives you gold nuggets. But the frequency with which it spawns in the Nether and the quantity that it gives you, I think it still gives you like 3 to 4, maybe 5 per block. I could be lying. Somebody might have to double check me on that. Double check me in the comments on that one. But it gives you a decent quantity of gold. It's not like it's giving you one gold nugget, and it's common enough that you're going to outpace your other gold by a country mile. And now you have to consider the usefulness of gold, and that's kind of where it gets held back here a little bit. Um, because if it was iron nuggets and it was that common, or like diamond nuggets, those aren't real, but for example, that could be easily A tier for me, very comfortably, very comfortably. However, I think um, because it's better than regular gold, but I don't think it pushes the boundaries enough for it to be above lapis lazuli, and so therefore I'm going to put it at the bottom of B tier. It's definitely better than regular gold, and it's definitely like a tier above it, literally and figuratively. So it's why I think it's just gonna sit right there at the bottom of B. It's kind of a bottom feeder on B tier, but it gets the job done. It does the key things that you need it to do, and you know what you're getting with it. You know what you're getting with it. You're getting XP, you're getting nuggets, and you're gonna move on with your day. And I feel comfortable with that bottom of B tier. Now we're moving on to Nether Quartz. Now Nether Quartz is very interesting because it's one of those ores that you kind of forget it has uses until you look at the Minecraft wiki and you say, oh yeah, I forgot that had quartz in it. I forgot this had quartz in it, and you kind of go, oh, I didn't realize it was that useful. I thought it was just for experience, and I think that was kind of what happened to me as I was doing some research for this video. Because I went on I was doing my research. Trust me, I was doing my research, and I was looking at it, and let me read off some of the recipes for y'all now. We got daylight detectors, which are useful, observers, redstone comparators, and you're like, oh, I forgot that even had those crafting recipes. And it can be used for armor trims as well, which I didn't know about, but that's that. But it's still useful in crafting recipes, and the amount of XP it gives you. I mean, it enables your lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli might get shifted around at the end, but it enables your lapis lazuli to kind of go crazy for you. And so for that reason, I think man, I'm struggling with quartz because quartz is like if you're it's level 30 enchantments out the wazoo. The question is it good enough to? So I'm thinking about putting it here, but then I think to myself, how can you rank the cart above the horse? You know, the engine that powers enchantments, the engine that you need to power the enchantments. How can you rank one of the sources to get it? How can you rank the cart? And that's what I think to myself as I place that there. But then I put it here, and I think no, but it's definitely better than gold ore in the nether gold ore. I mean, that's just that'd be disrespectful to put it next to it. I mean, that's disrespectful. Hmm. And so I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put it here, and we know lapis lazuli has to change. Lapis lazuli has to change because as I'm thinking about it more, enchantments are. I mean, they're so crucial. They're so crucial for anything. You have silk touch, when to even get some of these, like the emerald ore block, you need silk touch for it. Fortune to get more of the iron and more of the diamonds and more of the redstone, more of the coal. I mean, that just triples the usefulness of the ores that you're mining, which is huge, And that's not even talking about the armor enchantments that help you survive longer. That's talking about the weapon enchantments to help you kill things faster, and the mending enchantments. Well, I guess those are mostly from books, but I think netherite, or not netherite, excuse me, lapis lazuli needs to move up to A tier. I think that's the real solution here. And that way we keep the cart behind the horse. We keep the quartz behind the lapis lazuli, but we say to ourselves, okay, there is a clear gap. There is a clear gap between this B tier and the comfort level we feel with those and the C tier. And I think now you see, if I can use a baseball analogy for you guys, gold, this nether gold ore is getting kind of demoted from the major leagues to AAA. AAA baseball is like the level below the Major League Baseball, but it's killing it in AAA. It was really bad in the major leagues, but it's hitting 400 in AAA. It's doing really well, and it's succeeding, and it's thriving at what it does. And I think I feel okay with leaving it there. And that's where we're gonna set that up for now. Oh, we have one more. Okay, netherite. Okay, this is a tough one. This might be an old head take, but netherite's good. Absolutely, don't get me wrong. Netherite is critical for those players who get into the hardcore worlds. They get into the super end game. They're doing all their stuff. They're killing it. Absolutely crucial for them. But to the majority of players, I mean, how often realistically do you see netherite? How often are you even going to look for it? Maybe not even seeing it. But how often are you thinking to yourself, oh, if only I had netherite right now? I don't think it's that often. I don't think it's that often. I think you're thinking to yourselves, I gotta get iron, I gotta get diamond, and then you come to netherite maybe at day 100, day 200. And so I think for that reason, I'm gonna slide it comfortably in at B tier here, in the top of B tier. I think it's better than Redstone. I think Redstone is even more endgame, and although it is more common, it's not. You have to have brain power to use it, which I don't like. I don't really do that brain power thing that often, so that's not really my forte. I usually just look at tutorials online and figure out how to do it from there. but, but, this is very serious. No laughing. We're gonna put netherite debris or ancient debris. I think is the thing that you go use to get the netherite scrap, and then you get netherite ingot. I think it's ancient debris typically. We're gonna put that at the top of B tier, and this is our tier list, ladies and gentlemen. This is our tier list. We've got iron up in S tier. It's clearly the best ore in the game. There's not even a doubt about it. Coal in A tier. Coal is so useful, serves so many purposes. Diamond, also in A tier, iconic. Lapis Lazuli is an enabler. He's an assist first passer. If you're in basketball, he's a point guard. He is someone who distributes and it gives people the opportunity to shine. He gives iron the opportunity. He gives diamond. He gives coal the opportunity to shine, or she, or they, or whatever they go with, whatever pronouns. Lapis Lazuli is the A tier for sure. And then we come to B tier. We've got netherite debris, again solid but not super common. Only really used in the armor and tools. Kind of a weird way to mine down for it. Most people use beds, which is pretty cool, and I think that gives it a little boost, but nothing to write home about like crazy. Redstone, great for redstone contraptions, but again, you need other pieces to help you work, like iron there for the pistons, for the observers and the comparators and all that nonsense. And then nether quartz again has some pretty good uses, really good source of XP, um, but again, just doesn't do as much as the ones above it. It doesn't do as much as the ones above it, and that's as simple as it gets. And then we come down to C tier. We've got our golds. We've got nether gold and then overworld gold. Nether gold is better in my opinion, just more consistent, gives you more XP, gives you more going on. Just more consistent and better overall in my opinion. And then we've got the emerald. Emerald ores are kind of outclassed by villagers. I'm gonna say it. They're outclassed by villagers. They don't really do everything they need to, and the best part about them is getting the ore itself. If you have the block itself, it's the coolest part. And then we come to copper. Copper is dog water. It just sucks. Let's be honest. It just sucks. So this is my tier list. Let's see what the community rank was. Can I see this? Interesting. So people, wow, this is a very interesting list. So copper definitely in D tier. These in C tier as well. Okay, I feel like we were pretty with the overall ranking. We were definitely very with the overall ranking. I had ancient debris a bit lower. Again, that could be an old head take on my end, but I think everything else was pretty similar across the board. Iron I had way higher. I think iron's utility makes it chef's kiss, je ne sais quoi. I think it makes it beautiful. But that is our. Oh, we lost ours. Uh oh. Well, hold on, let me fix it there. There we go. This is our tier list, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I had a blast making it. And yeah, that's all we got. I will. I'll see y'all next time. I hope y'all have a good one. Thank you for tuning into the tier list. Peace out.